CHICKEN. Use the code CHICKEN in the shop. CHICKEN. Use the code CHICKEN.
Hey guys, the Chickens here. We're back today with another Boom Beach video. In today's video, guys, we're going to be going over some potential, day one paths for Season 25. A couple things to break down here, but first off, guys, if you want to stay tuned in to everything that's going to be the season of Warships, make sure you subscribe to the channel, everything like that. Sorry, my God, I feel like I'm going to be sick. So many computer issues, man. Just my frustration level is like through the roof right now. But we finally got the stupid thing working. So apologies for that. Now let's talk about where we're at. So we basically have two paths this season that we can look at. So after we get to 3 engines, I mean, it's pretty straightforward right out of the gates. You know, we're going to want to get heavies. It's going to be a heavy rush meta right off the bat, as it always is. So we're going to want to get to heavies, get those maxed out. We're going to want flares, we're going to want mines, and we're going to want building damage. And then we're essentially just getting out of there. So, like I was talking, sorry, God, I feel horrible. Like I was talking about in the sneak peek yesterday, if, like, I feel like the whole season is really kind of based around whether we're going, what we're doing between 3 and 4 engines and what we do right after we go to 4 yards. So let's just look at this for a second and kind of break it down here. So there's essentially 2 paths. There's the bottom path with Kavan that goes to bombers, or there's the top path that has boom cannons and boom mines and also goes to bombers at 4 yards. So we can, you know, essentially the bottom path is going to be a little bit more offensive with Kavan. It's going to be a little bit slower. Or we're taking the top path, we're going through to 4 yard, and then we're going to grab bullets. So it's either, basically, it's going to come down to which hero that you want to get. Now, I find personally that Kavan is usually the safe choice. I'm just not going to touch that. I'm not going to mess with anything. I find Kavan's usually the safe choice. Bullet can be better sometimes, but it's a little bit more risky. It's a little bit more unknown. We kind of know... excuse me, at this point, what Kavan is going to bring to Warships. We know he's going to be a good choice. We know he's going to be solid. And we know he's going to have a place in the meta. You know, whether that's heavy chopper bomber or heavies and bombers or heavies and Zukas, Kavan's going to be a great choice for all those things. Bullet is going to be good as well, but it's really going to kind of come down to what we're going for there in terms of the hero. So yeah, if we're going the bottom path, we're going to want to grab Kavan, and if we're going the top path, then we're going to want to take Bullet. The most important thing is to pick a path and stick with it. Don't start taking the top path and then be like, oh my God, like, you know, I do this sometimes too. Everyone does. You know, it's like you're on the top path, you're at boom cannons, and then, you know, you're getting crushed by everyone that's using Kavan. And then you want to change it up and be like, okay, well, I'm going to go back down now and grab cannons and grab Kavan. Whatever you're going to do, stick with it. I have this problem all the time in Warships. Yeah, it's always more beneficial to stick with whatever you're doing. Unless you're just, you know, you're way off. You gambled on something and it didn't end up working out. But yeah, it's going to be all about these guys right here. We're going to want to get them. We're going to want to max them out. And then as we get... close to 4, it's still going to be pretty offensive. Sorry, my voice is completely gone. It's still going to be offensive, but you know, it's right around the time where people are going to start to have more defenses. The bases are going to be a little bit trickier, and things are really going to start to slow down once everyone gets to 5 ER and gets that building health. So yeah, I don't think grabbing all the defenses, maxing out rock launchers right away is going to be a huge benefit because, one, there's not a lot of building health. Or there's not any building health right off the start, is there? Yeah, there's no building health right off the start. There's 1 building damage, but yeah, our defenses also aren't going to be maxed out right away, so they're not going to be as powerful. And even if they are... even if they are, the bombardiers are going to be able to just kind of cruise through everything. Especially at 3 engines, which it's crazy. It's so early to have them. I feel like even all bombers is probably going to be a thing. as they can just, kind of space out, because we can look at it here. Excuse me. Other than the mines are going to be very important because they're going to be your biggest defense against bombardiers and heavies and Zukas. It's going to be all about the mines first off. Now, we have mines. Boom mines are going to be very important as well. So it could be worth rushing to boom cannons and boom mines over Kavan, at least right away, because, at 3 engines, we're probably not going to be struggling that much. Like we said, there's not a lot of ice, there's not a lot of building health or building damage this season, so we're probably not going to be struggling that much in terms of offense. Kavan is going to speed up the attacks for sure, but it's the trade-off, right? Is it worth having Kavan for that extra, say he nets you 5 seconds extra on offense, versus how much are the boom cannons and the boom mines really going to slow down people? That's kind of what we have to outweigh and see what makes sense. So I don't know. Also, it's going to be less keys. You're going to get bombers faster if you take the top path. So that's something to keep in mind as well. So I don't know. I'm leaning towards just grabbing Kavan. And then working my way up and then getting bombers, and that way at least you skip smokes, which you don't really need. Everything else you're gonna kind of have to unlock at some point on the bottom path with cannons and flamethrowers. You're gonna have to get that stuff eventually. So I'm leaning towards the bottom path myself, but we'll see what ends up being more effective. So as we move forward, we have a troop damage right after 4 engines. We also have warriors and medics. Warriors probably not going to be that great. They could be, but we have a lot of mines. We have boom mines and regular mines at this point, and also possibly rocket launchers. But there is smoke, there is Kavan, and there is bullet, and like we said, there's not a lot of ice. So warriors could have their moment for sure. But then we get troop damage, we get rocket choppers. Troop damage, rocket choppers, and bullet. Rocket choppers go well with bullet, so if you're a rocket chopper player, you're probably just salivating this season. That's a really, it's a really nice kind of trio right there of everything that you kind of need to make them work. We also have a doom cannon over there, and we've got some of our prototypes coming in here. We have shock mines, so as we move closer to 5ER, excuse me. As we move close to 5ER, that's really when the defense is going to kick it up a notch, and we're going to see some pretty big changes. So, some guys are also thinking, rush to heavy choppers. Nothing can stop heavy choppers ever in warships, so that's definitely, that's definitely a viable option. It depends though. It depends on your starting tech and your starting keys and that kind of thing. If you didn't place very well last season, it might not make the most sense to rush towards something, and if you're not going to get it early. So, heavy choppers are between 5 and 6, so they're not exactly close. Some guys will get them within the first week. I think that's going to be around the diamond mark. This season is a little bit longer season, and keep in mind we also get the free tokens and stuff, so that's going to be we get the free extra rewards, so progression is going to be a lot faster this season, right? So then, going back and looking at our kind of fork in the road here, that bottom path is looking a little bit nicer with those extra tokens, but that top path is also looking a little bit faster, same reason with those extra tokens. We can get that troop damage a lot quicker. That's probably going to be the first push point after 4 years, is getting that troop damage with the bombardiers, allowing them to just kind of tear through the base. And then, yeah, we'll see. I think what this season is really going to come down to is finding whatever the effective tech is going to be and just pushing to that right away. Now, I know every season is kind of like that, but I think this season it's even more important because we're getting those extra keys and extra tokens. So what that means is everyone's going to be a little bit more balanced, a little bit more even. It's going to be easier to catch up and get the things that are good right away. So finding whatever that mark is, whether it's troop damage or early bombardiers or bullet and rocket choppers or heavy choppers, whatever that is, finding out what that is going to be the most important to determining your success for the season. Now, if you guys want to make sure you stay up to date on all that stuff, make sure you simply subscribe to the channel. Also, join up the Discord server. We got a great Warships community in there. We got some really high-level guys that like to come in and give advice to some of the newer players or some of the, middle-of-the-road players and everything in between. So check out the Discord server, subscribe to the channel, and I appreciate it if you use the code Chick in the shop. Guys, as always, thank you so much for watching. That is going to wrap it up for the video today. Make sure to leave a like if you found it interesting, entertaining, or informative, and we'll see you next one, guys. Chicken out. Oh, also, we're going live on, Monday morning, 4 a.m. Eastern time, so make sure you stay tuned for that. And, yeah, catch you next one, guys. Chicken out. Back.